My name is Gregory Perrine. I'm the owner of eGuide Tech Allies, based out of Chicago, but we do work nationwide. And we help small businesses, teams of 10 and under, and emerging nonprofits in the nonprofit space with technology and marketing. As experience would have it, I was coming out of the events and hospitality industry, which is full of small business owners. My core part of what I was doing in the events and hospitality industry was working with nonprofit organizations to bring about their galas and events. When I got the idea of eGuide, it was because we were in this kind of crux of life. Self-funded small businesses who we partner with, emerging nonprofits that we partner with, all understand the value of a dollar. And that's where we come at it. Is I had such exposure of seeing how small businesses operated from the events and hospitality industry that moving into this consulting space was a no-brainer, because it was just how I was brought up. I understand dilemmas that smaller teams are having and that value of how far can we stretch a dollar. The ACN banner story for us is through an RFP that came through. It's an organization called An Infinite Mind. They're based out of the Orlando area. Jamie, who is the founder and executive director of the organization, wanted to find someone who could help apply a little structure into their organization. Our approach was, we're going to meet you where you're at, and we're going to apply some of that institutional thinking, but in a really approachable way. So what I ended up doing is scheduling a series of workshops with just Jamie and myself. And we applied some strategic thinking and strategic planning, but in very loose forms. The eGuide approach is always with partnership. So what started with just the strategic planning turned into us building out their entire event registration website, turned into us redoing their entire website that's about to launch, and we're plugged in where we're needed, and we can push the gas as hard as we need to, as budget permits, or we can say, here's what you should do, come back to us when it's done. I've been a member of ACN for just over a year. I joined as a virtual member in the pandemic because networking went away completely. And I was looking to kind of at least have an opportunity to connect with other people working in the nonprofit space. I received the recommendation of joining a committee to start activating and making meaningful connection with other members. So I joined the marketing committee basically shortly after joining. And have been a member of the marketing committee ever since. And then with the new release of the empowerment groups that ACN's just been working on for this 2022 calendar year, I joined the LGBTQIA+ empowerment group. Those committees have been where I have met the most and had the most success on creating impactful relationships with other members, and you get to see how people work as well. So if you're going to be collaborating with someone on a project or looking for a collaborator, seeing how they operate in those committees is a great way to do that as well. A person that I've connected with is out of my involvement with the LGBTQIA+ empowerment group. David Dow is his name, and he and I first met on just the open call for what the empowerment groups were going to be about. And since it was just the two of us on that initial call, we got to brainstorming about what this group actually looks like. And I brought up the topic of technology and how, a monthly meeting is great, but how do we continue that dialogue between these like staples on the calendar? And so with that, we got on the idea of potentially using Slack for our empowerment group, just to continue that dialogue. And that's been working really, really well. It's been great to get to know David and all of the other members of our empowerment group. And we've actually started to brainstorm about impact work that's going to come out of that. So we want to, potentially choose an organization that we're going to donate some time to that is aligned with some of the values and skill sets that we have within our members, seeing how each other work and seeing where our strengths lie. So choosing something to do with some of our time is going to be a great way to kind of bring that about. CGT Connects is an RFP resource which consolidates different RFPs that are out in public sectors and private sectors, or smaller organizations and larger organizations. And it's a great just kind of repository of all of the RFPs that exist, with due dates and links to either direct RFPs or enough information to get a sense of what the bid is directly from their platform. An opportunity to bid on those has been a great option and membership benefit for us. The thing that I encourage anyone who's joining to do is get involved, right? So whether that be through a committee or one of our empowerment groups, like the connections are there if you look for them, and anyone who I've come across with is more than happy to entertain a conversation or have an individual, Zoom coffee chat or anything like that. So it's really like putting in the effort to make the connections, and that can come from that, member directory, finding people who are aligned with what you're interested in. And if you're, looking for a partner that might be able to co-bid on something with you, it's using that membership directory as a resource and actually reaching out to that person and connecting. New Zealand. Black coffee for me. People who don't have their camera on. Anything that comes from Karoo, it's like a gift that I give all of my employees, including myself. And it's like a snack box, and they have all of these like small snacks. Dogs for me. Michelle Obama. My mom, work ethic, all of that comes straight from both parents, but my mom grinds.